Them happy, nappy head niggas with the finger.
Here we go again. People are not going to want to hear this, but it has to be told. The truth has to be told. I have experienced more prejudice from Black Americans than I have racism from Caucasians. In my 7 years of living in the States, I have had terrible experiences with Black Americans showing prejudice. Even my own son being shown prejudice at the park when he tried to play with some kid he saw. The mother literally yelled at my son, and he was only about 3. I was standing right next to him, but she yelled at him. I was like, really? So yes, you know what? I'm well within my rights to feel the way I feel. There you go. Like I said, I've experienced more prejudice from African Americans than I have racism from white Americans. Boom, I said it.
Okay guys, so y'all saw that video with that lying female talking about she'd been facing discrimination against African Americans, as if she didn't bring her black ass over here to come look down on African Americans. Now, the thing with her video on TikTok, I had to check her YouTube because the person who shared her video shared her links. And I've noticed in her YouTube, as you can see, she doesn't talk about African Americans. And I'm like, I wonder why. If they were so bad, how come you didn't make a whole video about it? You just made a real quick clip about African Americans treating you like shit, yelling at your child, and you standing there. But the weird thing was, why didn't you defend your child? So I'm calling BS. Because ain't no black mother or black woman I know going to stand there and have somebody berate their little child, a 3-year-old child at that. Now, I did look through her account, so I was like, okay, she's full of shit. Now, I know she would get backlash if she was to put this on her YouTube, so she didn't bother to do so. Now, the thing is, her video doesn't get me mad, and it shouldn't get you mad either, because there's plenty of them that like to shuck and jive for butter biscuits, and they do this for white zaddy. Now, the one thing about male sapiens is they like to put blacks against other blacks. It doesn't matter whether you're continental or not. Even on the continent, you have Kenyans that hate Tanzanians. It's stupid, it's retarded, it has to stop. But as long as you have coons, it won't. All skin folk is not kinfolk. I want you all to understand that. Now, let's do an example. Remember Rwanda? Remember 94. Now, this is what we're talking about. White nationalists had something to do with that too. Okay, the genocide wars, all of that. Just look across the continent. Everywhere the male sapien went was death and destruction. But yet, this is the same little swirler that wants to lay down with them, but then swear her child faced discrimination. No, sweetie, you don't know discrimination yet until that little boy gets a little bigger. Okay? Now, with people like this, those are lost souls. Like I said, I like to save people, but you can't save everybody. Like Harriet Tubman, I could have saved 1,000 more if only they knew they were slaves. Okay? So we're not going to focus on her, but what we're going to focus on is the male sapien that's trying to cause division in the comment section. You have a couple of fake African accounts that are doing it. You have white people that infiltrate, Black Twitter. They do a lot of these things because they're obsessed. The funny thing is, all of a sudden, 2020 is bringing out everybody's bullshit. At first, you wanted black people to go back to Africa. You didn't like Negroes. You wanted them to go back. And now they're going back. And now, all of a sudden, it's a problem. So you're trying to do everything to stop them. And then want to talk about African Americans being racist and all of this other stuff. And saying they hate immigrants and they do this. But you forgot about mi otro gente that you have locked up in cages. Okay, so we're going to get into that another time. But like I said, people, do not let this distract you. This female can't speak for every single Kenyan or whatever. Just like I had bad experience with, Kenyans in JFK Airport in New York and in Kenya, they don't speak for the millions that are there. Okay? We have coons on both sides. We have coons on the continent and coons here, but do not let that stop your exodus, okay? Of course, these male sapiens are going to continue to do what they want to do. They're losing their power. They're trying to get the last bit of power by putting continental Africans against the African diaspora. It's not going to work. I don't have time for it, and neither do you. All we need to do is just get our butts back home and live in peace. For the coons that want to move over here and enjoy white zaddy and the oppression that comes with it, let them. We don't have time for that. But thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.
I thank God for slavery. I thank God for the crack house. If it wasn't for the crack